Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Grand Tactician Civil War. Welcome to Early Access, now available for everyone. This is episode number 4 of the series. We have been able to continue on, so our pre-early access update has carried on into the early access. So everything is still viable this time, and we open up with a victory right off the bat. We had Hill's Corps and Lee up in Northern Virginia. They both retreated, but coming up to support them was the Army of the Peninsula. They arrived a little late, and because they arrived a little late, they were massively outnumbered. They had 13,000, but with the might of the Army of the Potomac, I didn't even get a chance to engage. It was over so fast. 9,000 of those 13,000 end up basically creating a rear guard situation to hold off, but with tremendous losses. So we end up taking 8,898 men. The Union side lost 12. Same time, it looks like the Mississippi River Squadron finally is in retreat, something we've been waiting for a while. That frees up this leg of the Mississippi, and we're going to be able to begin pushing further south. Looks like we've got Memphis is the next point. Let's get down to here. Probably easier taking Parker Squadron on this side, controlling this side of the river. And then coming at Memphis with our other forces. Alright, we'll wait a little bit, decide what to do with them, because that is going to open up a larger opportunity. The Army of the Southwest, of course, in the opening battle that we fought back in episode number 1, we were victorious against a superior foe, but with that restart, episode 3, that automated battle resulted in the more natural outcome, which was a Confederate victory. So that Army of the Southwest has been in retreat to Leavenworth for a long time because no rail lines or anything, and they were all the way down here. And the Army of the West is now making their way up. Those guys will be in position soon. We'll be able to counter. We have the 9,000 new units coming to join them. That should make a significant difference and allow them to push back. 7th Division beat off the Army of East Tennessee. We're definitely not going to be able to cut off 2nd Corps at this point, but I think we can at least cut off the roadway here. So we'll have these guys advance to here. Either we meet the Army of East Tennessee again with just 6,000 remaining. Here's what remains of the Army of the Peninsula. Just 4,000 left in their strength, and they are in full retreat. 4th Corps has begun to move on, so the Army of Potomac, we're going to bring them down to Alexandria as their new headquarters, and we're going to begin tightening things up. We're going to cover the bridgeheads, and then I think we're going to move on into Southern Virginia if the opportunity arises. Alright, so this 1st Corps has just 9,000. The 2nd Corps has already moved off and out of the area. We lost the Fort Monroe. Okay. That's okay. It's Jackson's Corps. I found Lee. Lee has moved all the way to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and seems to be swapping places with the 2nd and 3rd Corps of the Army of Tennessee, where the 1st Corps is now going to be isolated. Boy, risky moves. The Mountain Department holding the rail line connecting east to west through Virginia. The 2nd Corps that was coming along to essentially replace Lee's army, well, they're going to meet here. My Mountain Department, definitely not my strongest, and we have what could be about a 50-50 engagement. This is first time seeing one of these unique maps in game, and what we have here is a situation where numbers are kind of close. We have a slight advantage. We've got about 2,500 extra infantry, so about one large brigade, and then they have a small brigade of cavalry that we don't match, about 700, and they do have twice the artillery that we have, so they do have a little more firepower in that sense. This is looking like a pretty close fight. Heavy rain, thunderstorm. This could be exciting. Confederate start point in the south. This is using the same Bull Run map. Confederate start point in the south. Our start point up in the northeast corner this time. So I've brought us down along the road towards Centerville, which I think opens the pathway to defending the river, defending the fords along here, which opens up that terrain. This could be the ideal place to put up a fight. If we don't spot them as we spread out along here, then I think we'll first push across and claim the hills in the southeast, and then try to push across and claim the hills here, and hopefully we don't have to engage them here. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Looks like they've already captured Lewis's Ford, so I think we could be headed for an engagement sooner rather than later. Depends on their general movement, but that seems to indicate it could just be cavalry, but looks like I could probably try to flank these guys from behind, take the high ground behind them, and have these 3 divisions. Three brigades hold the north side, try to get everyone else to sweep around behind them. That's the whole of the Confederate Army. Let's hope this Confederate brigade don't take heavy losses, as they are very slow to sort out where to go. Pull back. Fremont stayed on the flank. That's taking orders a while to get there. At least the furthest away are on their way before anybody else. Orders already coming in from here as well, so we are starting that move to encircle. Fire. Those were just 3 casualties so far, but it could get ugly soon. Our support from 3rd Brigade has come on much earlier. Confederate still has not moved. There we go. Fremont nowhere near his troops. That's really not helping us out with giving orders. Three Confederate brigades in close, but 3rd Brigade is just laying into him right now. Closeret's brigade now putting the ford under heavy fire. One brigade trying to ford here. Got them under heavy fire. And we've got Pawn's brigade already preparing to retreat. So far, so good in this fight. Here comes Tyler. Tyler's gonna try to go right through this. Confederates bring the hand-to-hand on this one and flanking. We're going to be in trouble with that 3rd Brigade. Our biggest trouble is that our commander, Fremont, is massively behind the action right now. Pawn's Shattered Division running, our brigade running the wrong way. Schneck has closed in, giving us that proper flank that we wanted. Only we can get 1st Brigade to join him. We get a 2nd Confederate brigade to fall back. The 3rd Brigade now themselves. They had 5 full brigades coming after them. They beat back 2 of them. Ouch. Heavy losses thanks to the artillery. Not showing up in the numbers yet. The update's a little slow. Finally getting close. I want to consolidate my units and control this forward and this flank, and we're going to take this side of the ford and then eventually line up here to handle the bulk of the Confederate forces in order to see one of the retreating units has recovered. With only one commander, we can't properly encircle them, really putting us at risk. So, Stone on the action here, buddy. You're still sitting idle. fired a shot. Finally, 1st Brigade getting in on the action really late. Meanwhile, our flank is falling closer at reportedly just 55 casualties, still in the pressure. firing. I'm afraid to move them because it's so finicky. You got groups just standing around doing nothing. Has broken just as our 2nd Brigade was on the verge. The 2nd battery, 2nd artillery unit has broken. Last thing is the Cavalry Brigade. They've already taken 148 casualties and are kind of stuck in no man's land. But now we're going to flank them, hit them from both sides. If they start firing, and they do immediately, this is going to create heavy losses. Clanton's Brigade. We've taken some pretty heavy losses ourselves today. But there it is. We have victory. 3,300 dead, inflicted, 31 ourselves taken, so it is definitely not a major victory, but it became not minor either as they completely abandoned the field. So some of our commanders lose face, but ultimately the battle is a victory, and we push back that 2nd Corps that is trying to move its way up. That Army of the Peninsula takes a further beating. They're down to just 3,000 troops now after all the action here. Finally, the Army of the Southwest is completely together, but they have not fully resupplied yet. They're only at 42%. I'm going to wait for them to be resupplied, and then we will begin to push south once again to take on the Army of the West. We're going to go ahead and wrap this episode up, but we do wrap up with 5th Corps moving on Lynchburg, Virginia, and they should hold it here momentarily as it is undefended. It also gives us support for that mountain department, who we wouldn't call it a glorious victory, but certainly had victory against 2nd Corps, which remain true in the area. And there it is. We now hold Lynchburg. The rest of the Army of the Potomac will be moving in the direction of Richmond soon, but the remnants of the Army of the Peninsula still remain in the area, so we still need to defeat what's left of that, but it's down to just 2,700 troops with a single gun left under their control. But 1st Corps, 3rd Corps beginning to move across and into the area surrounding Richmond, and then All right, Army of the Tennessee in contact with that First Corps. We're going to be opening our next battle, our next episode with that battle. That's going to do it for this one, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.